And we're rolling. What up, everyone? JT's Reborn here, and welcome to another edition of After the Movie. I just pulled up to my theater parking lot. In about 10 minutes, I'm about to go see Ghost in the Shell. I think I like this format of filming something right before I go in to see what I expect and want to see in this movie, and then give my thoughts afterwards. Now, just pointing this out, I've never seen the anime Ghost in the Shell. I hear it's really good. I was going to plan on checking it out, but then I thought, you know what? I kind of want to be surprised with this movie. I don't want to have any preconceptions about it based on the anime. So I'm going into this movie not knowing a goddamn thing about what it's about. But Scarlett Johansson, Ghost in the Shell, anime adaptation, I'm gonna give it a shot. Hopefully it's good. If it sucks, I'll let you know. If it's just okay, please be good. So, yeah, I don't know what to expect with this movie. So, I'll see you in a little bit. Peace. Alright, here we go. Hey guys, JT's Reborn here, and okay, as you can tell, it's nighttime. It's raining in the parking lot of my theater. I'm parked right over here, and it's time to talk some Ghost in the Shell. Okay, as I said earlier, I've never seen the anime. I had no idea what this movie was about. I went into this with a completely open mind, didn't look at any reviews, didn't see anything for this movie. I'm not sure exactly how faithful this is, but we'll get into it. So, what do I think of the movie? Personally, I thought it was pretty good. Visually, it's stunning. It looks amazing. Like, everything about it, like the detailed world and stuff, fantastic. This makes me think that we could do a lot more live-action anime adaptations visually, and we could pull it off. It could look very good. However, I do have some issues with it. For one thing, it is a movie like that. Okay, where do I go from here? So let's talk performances first, and I'll get to some of my nitpicks. First of all, Scarlett Johansson, fine. The actors are all like passable. None of them are really like truly gripping in this movie. There's no performance like, wow, that was amazing. Nothing that really like grabs me. Nobody has like a lot of charisma or anything to kind of carry you through some of the slower moments of the movie and are quite fully interesting. But the things that do stand out are the visuals and the way it's done. So should I get into spoilers? Even then, okay, yeah, my thoughts are kind of like all over the place here, because this is, like I said, it's a strange movie to talk about. So anyways, I guess for those of you who don't know what Ghost in the Shell is about, I'll kind of like give you a little explanation of what it is. I don't think I'm gonna really spoil this video, because I'm like, there's no reason to. So this will be spoiler free. So basically what it is Scarlett Johansson was someone. The title Ghost in the Shell is basically like, the ghost is basically your brain, and the shell is like the cybernetic capsule, and they take Scarlett Johansson's brain from her previous body due to like an accident, which, there's more to it than that. And basically her brain is human, and the rest of her is all like cyborg or android or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Then she becomes like this agent and starts like shooting up bad guys and stuff. And she has a team in that. There's this one guy who like loses his eyes at one point and gets like enhancements. This world is all about like cybernetic enhancements and stuff. And it's pretty cool, but I do have a problem with one thing. Okay, so one issue I have with it is Scarlett Johansson's, like, there's this Asian guy that she's talking to throughout the movie. Now, granted, everybody in this entire movie is speaking English. Now, when she communicates with this guy, everybody communicates with this one guy. This one guy's speaking Japanese, okay? And everyone is responding in English. And then he keeps talking in Japanese while everyone else keeps talking in English. Why don't they just speak the same language? I mean, why can't either Scarlett Johansson speak to this guy in Japanese, and he's clearly responding to her questions. I mean, she's speaking clear English, and he's responding, but in Japanese. Like, he knows what she's saying, so he knows what the language is, so why doesn't he say something about it? I mean, that just bugs me. I'm like, okay, why don't you respond? You know what I mean? It's kind of a nitpick of mine. And then there's, what else is there? The bad guy. This bad guy, he just wasn't doing it for me. His name was Cutter. He lacked charisma or any bit of, like, menacing presence to him. He wasn't very interesting. That's my main issue with this movie, is nobody in this movie is all that interesting. I mean, Scarlett Johansson is the most interesting. I mean, and like, there's this other guy. I forget his name. He's one of the other like Ghosts in the Shell that was like one of her like runaway friends or whatever. I guess spoilers for that. But he seemed more interesting than a lot of her friends in that. But like Scarlett Johansson, I'm kind of mixed on this movie a bit. I liked it. It's a bit of a slower movie. You know what this movie is? This movie is one of those movies that you watch late at night and you just sit back and you chill and you're just like, this is a comfy, cozy, neo-noir detective crime action piece movie. It does have its slow moments though. There was some, but like the action is well done too. Oh god, it's like there's a lot of it I do like, and then a lot of it I'm, so on. But I'd still say to check it out. Honestly, like visually, it's amazing. Like I was saying earlier, it looks spectacular. This is a movie that I actually recommend seeing in 3D. Like I don't really recommend that too often, but if you had to see one in 3D, like this movie, visually incredible to look at. A lot of the effects work phenomenally well done. It's definitely worth checking out for that. And this kind of gives me hope that maybe we could get some more live action anime adaptations like this. I mean, the visuals are done spectacularly, so maybe you'll get more adaptations. I don't know. But this is a good step. Out of all the live action anime movies I've seen, this is the best one. I mean, if you got a better one, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, so I have some. I'm positive. Overall, I'd say if you're gonna see this movie, see it in 3D. Otherwise, you could just wait for the movie to come out on Netflix. But it's worth checking out. I mean, it's something different. Like I knew I was going into I didn't know much going into this, but it's not like a non-stop action movie. It does slow down a lot in certain portions, which it might put off some viewers. There was a guy in the theater like next to me. He was falling asleep, and then he was just yawning and on his phone. And as soon as the movie ended, he bolted right out there. I'm like, oh, well, I guess the movie, he didn't like it. But my friend who was with me, he was telling me, like, well, he had seen Ghost in the Shell. I think he'd seen the first two movies, but he said he remembered a lot of the beats. And he said, for the most part, it was pretty faithful. So, what this movie does, though, it's going to make me want to check out the original anime now. I held off on it because I wanted to see the movie with an open mind, not have a preconceived notion with the anime, like, on my mind constantly, to see how it, like, plays out. Because I've heard the anime is phenomenal. But he said for the most part it plays out the same, so we'll see. I'm sorry this video is kind of scattered and all over the place. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of comments below like, oh, you didn't understand this, don't understand that. It's not that I didn't understand it, it's just some of it I'm like, yeah, that's good, and some of it I'm like, so and so. But overall, I'd say to check it out. It's not amazing, it's not bad, it's just good. It's like a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 for this movie. It's worth checking out. Maybe if I watched the anime and that, I'd be more into it. But for going into this in open mind, I enjoyed myself. It was a different movie. I'm up for different things. I mean, I'm kind of used to the same like action type movies or horror movies that I see all the time. But this is something different, and it's worth checking out. So, I guess there's a sequel to the original anime, and there's some anime series to this. So maybe they'll make another one. I don't think so. Or maybe they will. I don't know. I don't see this movie doing too well stateside. That's my opinion. It'll do great internationally, but it won't do that big stateside. It'll barely break 120 million. That's what I'm thinking. The movie will make about 120 million and maybe 450 million worldwide max. So hopefully it does better than that. I want to see more anime adaptations. Most importantly of all, I want a Dragon Ball Z adaptation done right. I mean, come on. That source material just sitting there waiting to be tapped into. Good, not shitty like Dragon Ball Evolution was. So, here's to that. Yeah, it's about like 8.5 minutes, 9 minutes. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. This was, I guess, spoiler free. Like I said, I mean, trying to do this right after seeing the movie and gather my thoughts on it. It's not like Power Rangers when I went into that last week, and I'm very familiar with the source material and been a huge fan of the show, watching it. this way I'm going in without knowing much. But visually it's great. Acting wise, I guess decent. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of Ghost in the Shell, if I should check out, if the rest of the animated movies are good. I'm planning on watching the first one at least, and who knows, maybe I'll like that one more, or maybe my opinion will stay the same. Apparently it's really good. So, yep, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching, everyone. Be sure to comment, like this video. Let me know what you thought of Ghost in the Shell, and I'll see you soon with whatever else. Peace out.